Welcome to your Sagittarius horoscopes for the week ending May 25th, 2024. And it's a pretty quiet and calm week for the most part, at least until the end of the week when the moon comes in to do what she does, stir the pot, create a little action. Sometimes that's fun, sometimes not so much. Um, this time it's actually a little bit of both, Willie. The moon is creating challenges, but also creating very helpful alliances between the planets as well. First off, we're gonna kick it off on Thursday. The moon moves into a grand sextile with Neptune and Pluto right off the bat when she's coming into your sign. Neptune is focused on money. Pluto is focused on your day-to-day schedule. The moon's focus really is on the home. So it's bringing that, opening up that time and the money to really do things, projects that you've been waiting to do at home. It's opening up the space and the finances for that, which is really good. Unfortunately, and this might be why, in some cases, you have the opportunity to spend some time at home. The moon moves into your sign in opposition with the sun, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus to a certain extent also, which are all focused on career. So it's creating a challenge there. Now, what's actually interesting about the two aspects sort of working together is that the opportunity to create and to focus on your goals around your home is actually a good focus to move your focus on when those challenges around your career are coming up, for example. So, it's kind of one of those things where you can focus all of your energy on what's making you frustrated, or you can put that energy towards something that's a little bit more productive, which is really the Sagittarian MO when you think about it. Now, as we move into Friday, the challenges get much smaller as the moon moves into a square with Saturn, which is focused on finances. So here we had, everything was working great with the finances yesterday, and oops, maybe I spent a little bit too much money. Maybe I spent a little bit more money than I should have. And Saturn is that responsibility planet, which, to be honest with you, again, not that Sagittarians are irresponsible or they're not responsible, but being told to be responsible, that's not something that Sagittarians ever want to hear come out of anybody's mouths. So I'm sure they don't want to hear it from Saturn either. However, the moon is in a trine with Mars, and this brings Mars energy towards your long-term goals into play here. So just because I kind of actually feel like maybe everything that you've done in terms of the grand sextile yesterday, you're kind of on a roll, you want to keep going. Saturn's like, nah, sorry, you don't really have the money for that. But that doesn't mean that you can't put your energy into at least starting the process, if that makes sense, kicking things off. We're ending the week with the moon also. So by the time we get to Saturday, again, the challenges still are there. Now we're moving into a square with Neptune, still also focus on finances. Although the moon's focus has moved from the home to those you love. And this actually creates a challenge around someone you love kind of either calling you out on the money that you spent, or maybe not agreeing with the money that you spent in some way, but can also indicate that, maybe there was a lack of communication there between the two of you, and you both spent money at the same time without realizing that, which kind of puts you into a bind. So in all honesty, I feel like the biggest lesson for you guys in this is in the beginning of the moon coming into your sign, when this just opens up and you just go, you know what, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to go do it. And you don't think about it, you don't think through it, you just run and you do it. And then you realize that maybe you shouldn't have just run and done it. Maybe there should have been a little bit more planning there ahead of time. But you know what? You had fun putting it together, so I guess that's what matters, right? Money is always going to be there. It's always going to come back. I think I mean, yes, we have to put obviously a lot of energy into making sure that we're financially responsible for the most part, but you can always get more money. And so that's where, yes, you have to be financially responsible, but also it's not like this is the last year of money either. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It could be a big deal, but it doesn't have to be a big deal. You understand what it is that I'm saying here. There are always going to be opportunities to run out of money. At least this time you had fun with it in some way, shape, or form, if that makes sense. The rest of the week leading up to that moon time is mainly focused on those you love. So in I kind of feel like there might even be an influence from those you love, and then and then all of a sudden it creates a challenge. So just be wary of that. There's no reason why you shouldn't be putting your energy into these improvements. That it's that time of year. We're in springtime. This is the time to do it, so it's great. um just be aware that you don't go too far and put yourself in a situation that might be uncomfortable, if that makes sense. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys, I am looking forward to seeing what you put together and build and create. You guys have a great week with that. Have fun with that. I will see you next week.